Now, whether Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield apologised for jumping the queue to see the Queen lying in state is neither here or there. I thought it was an old story, but apparently not, because it's still trending. And it doesn't help matters that Phillip Schofield was caught lying about it yet again. And that's the problem here. You see, in Britain, we queue. It's our thing. I queued for like 14 hours to see the Queen lying in state. And the most remarkable thing about that, which I remember, is that I didn't hear anyone grumble about it. Nobody moaned about the queue not moving or being really slow, which it obviously was. I guess it's just a British thing. But I think what really irks people about what Phillip Schofield and Holly Willoughby did was the fact that they used their celebrity status to think that they are clearly above everyone else and avoided queuing for something that was clearly a once-in-a-lifetime event. And it didn't help that other top-tier celebrities who are far more famous than them took the time to queue themselves. But there's just something about Phillip Schofield being a smug arse that really grates on people. There's that plus the rumours about you-know-what, which people aren't allowed to talk about, because allegedly there's a super injunction on the mainstream media, hence that's why you don't see that trending. Now, I think all this would have gone away if they both sat there on this morning, apologised and said something like, listen, you know, we thought we're big, massive celebrities, we jumped the queue, we are so sorry, we'll make up for it. Because that's another thing the British people love. Someone who admits they're wrong and making amends for it, which they could, but they still don't. Instead, Holly Willoughby's cried about it. She sits there moping, tries to distance herself from Phillip Schofield by rolling her eyes every time he speaks, as if to say to the public, oh, look at me, I'm as pissed off with this guy as you are. But we ain't buying it, are we? But their story has been easily untangled, and even more has come out. Because remember, they said they went there as accredited journalists, and they were there to film stuff for members of the public who couldn't make it there for the queue. Well, it turns out they weren't allowed to film anything inside from the off, and they are not accredited journalists. And Phillip Schofield said he thinks he's been treated too harshly and unfairly targeted. Well, if you do something wrong, and you're in the public eye, and you do something wrong so publicly, then who else is there to target? So they were never ever allowed to film inside Westminster Hall, which really contradicts ITV's statement about it. And you would think someone with such a high-profile public image, whom his employers, ITV and This Morning, want to project as squeaky clean, would come out and say that, you know, I'm not apologising, I've done nothing wrong, I've been unfairly targeted. The British people dislike that even more. Now remember, they said they were in there as accredited journalists, but they were photographed just to the offside of one of the queues. There were two queues going past Her Majesty the Queen's coffin, but they weren't in the queue and they weren't in the media area where all accredited journalists were situated. Now, I think this whole story has made Phillip Schofield more than Holly Willoughby a bit too toxic. I don't think there's nothing they can do now to save their public image because of their refusal to apologise, the fact that they're still lying about it, especially Phillip Schofield, and he won't apologise and is making himself out to be the victim, not even by taking the piss out of themselves, by humorously having themselves filmed or pictured, stood at the back of a queue of something meaningless, you know, something like that, something humorous. But I think, you know, it's all too late now. Holly Willoughby could perhaps save herself by quitting This Morning and moving on to other things. After all, her contract with, was it M&S or Waitrose? I think it was M&S, wasn't it? That's been extended, so, you know, she's still got work. But as for him, you know, his star is really falling. And that's probably, or highly likely, due to his own narcissism. So there we go. Phillip Schofield is trending for all the wrong reasons. And I doubt very much we'll see him and Holly together on This Morning for very much longer. And that's it. That's my video. Hope you like. Let me know what you think in the comments, as usual. And until the next time, have a great day. Look after yourselves. And Roger Trout.